Amy Audibert, who will be here with a pregame interview after this short break.
Most of our clients who come through our door and who are suffering from mental illness, they're feeling a sense of despair and a longing for help. Often, insurance companies are denying disability claims on the basis that there's insufficient medical evidence. We've represented hundreds of clients who suffer from anxiety or depression. We fight for our clients' right to receive the compensation they deserve. If you've been denied long-term disability, don't give up. We can help.
Your long-term disability firm, Kotak Law.
Time to rep your CEBL pride, Canada. Exclusive New Era merchandise is now available on CEBL.ca. Buy your favorite hats, replica jerseys, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Welcome to our game. BlackJacks fans, right now you can get 12% off 2021 season tickets by placing your $50 deposit before August 9th, 2020. Visit theblackjacks.ca and take advantage of this exclusive summer series offer. Welcome to a new basketball experience. Edmonton Stingers fans, get 12% off 2021 season tickets by placing your $50 deposit before August 9th, 2020. Visit CEBL.ca/thestingers and take advantage of this exclusive summer series offer. Welcome to a new basketball experience.
You're watching the CEBL Summer Series live on CBC Gem and listening on TSN 1200 in Ottawa. Now we're going to welcome in the third member of our crew, Amy Audibert. Amy?
That this team features two of the favorites coming into the Summer Series before the ball even went up in the air, and they're both down a game. Neither team was impressed the way they opened up the tournament. I spoke to Ottawa's head coach, Genty, just minutes ago, and I asked him, Ottawa's had a day off where Edmonton's on their first back-to-back, so I asked him, you had the extra day, what did you do with your time? He said, we prepared. We did a lot of scouting. We looked at our film. We watched a little bit of theirs, but at the end of the day, throw it out the window. This comes down to effort and who wants it more. He also made a point to tell me that if my team doesn't come out with some sort of chip on their shoulder after the way they showed, they shouldn't be playing professional basketball. Quite a bit of pressure from your head coach. Back to you guys.
Those are some strong words from Coach Osvaldo Genty, and I mean, when it comes down to it, Joe, we saw that. I was sitting watching at home and just absolutely shocked by the lack of energy, the lack of enthusiasm, really. The only person who really brought it, in my opinion, was actually the head coach, Osvaldo Genty.
Yeah, you know what? All coaches, they want their team to be an extension of their personality. Well, Oz's personality was he was a winner and he was a grinder, and his effort was always there. And I think that he took that personally. So I think his first chance at being a pro coach, he wants to make sure that he takes care of business.
We're going to revisit with Amy, who's alongside the other head coach, Jermaine Small, looking to get in the win column. Amy?
Thank you, Jason. Coach, I'll say you don't have to. I know you weren't happy with the way things went for your team yesterday, but what a quick flip, a back-to-back. What are your top priorities?
You know what? I tell our guys after, you can't go back and chase it. It's a winner mentality. And, there's some things that, the good thing about it is that the things that we didn't do well, they're controllable. So we're going to come out today, play harder, and focus on what we can't control.
Because you return such that strong core, who's your leader? Who do you think is going to be your extension on the court?
It's definitely Xavier Moon and Travis Daniels. I mean, they're just getting back into the groove thing, but, they're going to come out stronger today, and I think we'll play Stingers basketball.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Have a great game.
Thanks a lot.
We'll go back to you guys.
Thank you, Amy. In such a short series that we have here in the CEBL Summer Series, it's very important that every game is taken so seriously. And we're talking about the keys of the game for the Ottawa BlackJacks. Coach, what are you looking for?
Well, I think the key with Ottawa for me is they've got to control the tempo of the game. That's one thing they want to do. They got to play with some urgency, and it's that to me is what they didn't do yesterday, and that's an Osvaldo trait. They got to establish some transition. They can't just go half court. Yesterday, Guelph did a real good job of stopping them, and then you got to control Xavier Moon from getting middle, and because when he gets middle, he'll find guys.
That's easier said than done. The MVP is a blur out there. And how about the Edmonton Stingers, Joe?
Well, Edmonton is known as a great rebounding team. And Ottawa's a good rebounding team. They've got to win the battle of the boards. That'll be important. They got to establish Travis Daniels. We didn't hear enough of Travis Daniels yesterday in the big game. And fatigue on the back-to-back can't be a factor. They've got to play through it.
Yep, both teams coming off a loss, with the Blackjacks at least had a day off between them. The Stingers have a bit of a stacked schedule here during this summer series, and the starters for today's game, you have Johnny Berhana-Mescal, Thomas Scrub, Olivier Hanlon, Philip Scrub, Jean-Emmanuel Pierre-Charles for the Blackjacks, while Xavier Moon, Jordan Baker, Matthew Kamba, Mambi Diawara, and Travis Daniels. A lot of size for the Edmonton Stingers. I am very curious on how these two teams are going to match up at every different position.
But what I'm not curious is the fact that they're starting the same lineups they started last night. Nobody's panicking here. Everybody knows who their starters are.
And we know who our officials are as well, as we continue to juggle all the different things that come along with this summer series and the rules we've implemented. Kevin Moore, Tony Turnbull, and Vernon Bovell. Very interesting situation here with the clash of the Elam Ending and FIBA rules. A lot of interesting things come into play as this game progresses, and we'll be sure to explain that to you. Another thing that I want to point out, we're also using some groundbreaking technology here with our cameras, and a reminder that our game ball is Spalding. You can get your new CEBL official replica ball today by visiting CEBL.ca. You can get yours official game ball at CEBL.ca. We're using some great technology here, but it comes with a few little traits that you may not be used to when it comes to camera angles, and we don't have any cameramen here in order to ensure that we stay within the COVID guidelines. So when it comes down to it, we don't have a cameraman who can pick out a player or pick out a particular play, because we need to ensure to keep this summer series going that we maintain the safety and the precautions that we have here to keep everybody safe. Jason Tom here alongside Joe Rasso. Once again, you'll hear Amy Audibert throughout the game as a third member of our crew. Thank you for joining us here on CBCSports.ca and the CEBL Radio Network. The Edmonton Stingers taking on the Ottawa BlackJacks. I think the first 5 minutes of this game are going to be extremely important, Joe.
The first 5 minutes of all the 5 games that we've played so far have been extremely important, because the team in all 5 games leading to this game that jumped out on front and have won the game.
Absolutely, you're right. Yep. See, I know what I'm talking about sometimes, Joe.
You know what? But I'll tell you one thing. Coaches won't wait too long to call a timeout if effort is a question today.
A lot of these players familiar with one another from their times in the Canadian basketball circles. And you'll see some great young talent, a lot of youth sports talent here as well today. There'll be some great celebratory, professional careers that are starting here that will be leapfrogged out of this. And it's the Blackjacks winning the tip. Olivier Hanlon is a guy who I would like to see be able to control things for the Blackjacks here in this game. No good immediately from range, and it's Xavier Moon pushing back the other way, immediately getting Jordan Baker involved. Moon to Baker, counted for 2.
Yeah, both teams played to their strength early.
Turnover, Diawara. Another 2. The Stingers, exactly what they needed. They got their bench up early.
Yeah, great steal by Diawara. Olivier Hanlon maybe just a little bit nonchalant with that.
A late addition to this Blackjack squad with Kazakeen having to pull out. And there is Johnny Berhana-Mescal.
I like the fact that the first 2 shots Ottawa took were by Johnny. Johnny needs volume. He needs shots. The other day only had 4.
This is what we didn't see at the beginning of the last game. Xavier Moon imposing his will, using his speed right off the bat.
For a lot of these guys, they haven't played against Xavier Moon, a lot of the Ottawa players, and they don't realize how explosive and quick he is. The fact that he can get to the middle, get in the paint, he'll create a lot of stuff for Edmonton.
I wanted to say this off the top when we were talking about Xavier Moon. Who's going to stop him on the BlackJacks? This is going to have to be a 5-man crew to do it.
Well, I think the strength of Ottawa's defense will be not just on the ball, but it'll be how they build with 5 and they understand positions. But that's why Xavier in the last 2 possessions did that in transition.
Mm-hmm. The reigning most valuable player of the Canadian Elite Basketball League is Xavier Moon. Out of Goodwater, Alabama. For Hannah Mescal to Philip Scrubb. Running Moon off that screen. Scrubb, drive, take, finish. Got a 5-4 lead for the Edmonton Stingers right now after Moon had converted that 3-point play. Baker to Daniels. Diawara. Down to Daniels. And a big-time block, Jean-Emmanuel Pierre-Charles.
And it was great team defense. Phil Scrubb came underneath just to slow down and allowed Jean-Emmanuel to come back in the play.
Inbounds lob to Daniels. He brought it down. Moon gets it into the corner. 3 is good from Machu Kamba. Calgary, Alberta native. Hanlon driving. Got hit by Daniels, and he will go to the charity stripe to shoot 2 freebies.
And what you'll find with Ottawa, they've got a couple great passers. No one better than Phil Scrubb at finding guys in the full court, both hands. He penetrates. He's slow motion.
I was about
he
to say, you
slows
can't
the
speed him
game
up.
down. No. He's always got it under control, and the fact that he can throw any pass with both hands makes him very, very special.
Hanlon cuts the lead to 2, 8-6. The Edmonton Stingers in the lead. $1.50 into this one. The clock has not started. The officials caught on to that a little bit late.
So what Ottawa did there was kind of, we talked about how they're going to stop Xavier Moon on the made basket. They looked to trap him early so that he would pass the ball away. So maybe it looks like some of the strategy that Ottawa wants to do is get to Xavier early.
So it'll be 15 on the shot clock, 7:57 to go here in the first quarter. Diawara inbounding on the sidelines. Scrubb watching him. Xavier Moon gets it back from Baker. Pass back to Baker off the mark. 8 on the shot clock. Baker pulls up. Ooh, Jordan Baker pull up 3.
Yeah, and with lots of confidence. He had a couple more seconds on the shot clock, but he wanted to take that. Good sign.
Very good sign for the Stingers. Moon guarding Johnny Buckets, but they call him that for a reason. For Hannah Mescal with 2 off glass.
But people don't give Johnny enough credit. He is very strong with the ball, just like Xavier.
Xavier Moon has Olivier Hanlon bouncing all over the hardwood, but couldn't drop the jumper. This week, the CEBL has been trending across Canada. You can join the conversation by using the hashtag #OurGame. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't know if you've seen Joe Rasso's Instagram, but it is something to behold. That is you, right? That's not a fake account?
All I can handle is one thing. I do Twitter. I can't handle more than one.
I hear you, man. The Young Bucks have been trying to get me active on Instagram. It is tough. But our CEBL crew has been doing an outstanding job on all platforms. Munis Tutu in the game right now for the BlackJacks, along with Shaq Keith, who was very active in game number 1. Kyle Landry also on the floor. Nice look to Johnny B, out of bounds, but they'll get it back with 9 on the shot clock.
So a neat story out here. Baker and Landry are part of a 3-on-3 team that were training all year to make it to the World Championships. So they know each other pretty well. I'll guarantee during film, both of them had something to say about the other guy.
There is a lot of interconnected stories, not only on the court, but off the court as well. It's like a celebration being here in St. Catharines. It's like getting the whole band back together, all kinds of different generations, all types of front office, coaches, players. And another corner 3. Oh, a long 2 from Kamba. Thank you, Rod Mahood, for cueing me in. Tutu running off the Landry screen and gets it right back. And that all started with a solid screen.
Solid screen. Finish it, complete the screen, then roll. Too many people screen like they're kissing their sister. Man, and run away from it. Solid screens, that's what you want.
Joe, they just want to get to the rim to get the layup, man. They don't want to actually lay the body. Moon, crossover, kick back out. Another 3 this time. It's Adika Peter McNeely. 16-10 for the Stingers here, 4 minutes into the opening quarter. Brehen Mescal, no good, no foul call either. Moon with the rebound, he's pushing and drops it off. Baker can't get it to go on the reverse, gets it back. Jordan Baker can't cleanly finish up. Scrub goes behind the back, but Xavier Moon picking pockets, taking it the other way. Show me that finger roll, Xavier Moon.
Man, I'll tell you, from yesterday today, Edmonton getting back on defense. Their transition defense has been sensational. Xavier Moon runs back and helps on that last play to create the turnover.
So you're going to count the basket. Munis Tutu called for the foul on the clear out. So they're going to get the ball back, I believe.
Yes, so because he didn't foul the shooter, he fouled another player on the court while the shot was going up. It becomes 2 shots. The foul is after the fact and the ball.
Moon got a little banged up there. Asked for a sub. That'll be something to watch. Stingers get it back off the baseline inbounds. Diawara now to Peter McNeely. Stolen. Tutu gets it back. Gets it to Scrub. Quick pull-up 3. Short. Landry, offensive rebound. Big body out there for the BlackJacks. He gets it back thanks to Scrub, and we're pushing the other way. Edmonton running over and over again. Baker up top for the soft finish from Kamba. 20-10 for the Edmonton Stingers. The BlackJacks find themselves down a 10 spot. 4:54 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back to St. Catharines after a short break.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
Follow the Ottawa BlackJacks on social media right now to get the latest news, updates, and behind-the-scenes access that the CEBL's newest club has to offer. Follow the Edmonton Stingers on social media right now to get the latest news, updates, and behind-the-scenes access that the Stingers have to offer.
Pick up the latest BlackJacks and Stingers gear exclusively from New Era, the official merchandise partner of the CEBL. And it's 7 teams across Canada. You can visit cebl.ca and click on shop. Amy, join us.
Just really quickly, Jason. Xavier Moon came out and he came to the bench and he's bouncing around, favoring his right lower leg, maybe even his calf. But I'm sure the Stinger fan base at home would like to know he doesn't look like he's in a lot of discomfort. He is getting up and down, bouncing around actively in that past timeout. And so I don't think he's going to want to stay out of this one too long. Jason.
Thank you for the update, Amy. A little sigh relief from the Stingers fan base. And while we were getting that update, it was Mambi Diawara scoring 2 more to extend the lead to 12, and now going to the line to shoot 2 will be Philip Scrub. Sorry, I got the wrong Scrub, by the way. It's Thomas Scrub. Thank you for giving me the time.
Mambi Diawara does a great job of attacking the basket. He's just deliberate. This whole Edmonton team right now offensively is deliberate with everything they've done.
It's now 22-11 for the Stingers. TJ Lawal checking into the game.
And one of the concerns that Ottawa has, or people kind of felt with Ottawa coming in, is that their bench is very young. So they don't have a lot of pro experience, a lot of university experience. And let's see if these guys can take advantage of it.
Brody Clark in the game for the Stingers. He thoroughly impressed in his pro debut. I guess it would be his pro debut. He played last year, but he was still a member of U Sports at that time and cleaning up the mess. And a good one for him to learn from is Travis Daniels.
Yeah, absolutely. Travis Daniels is a solid player, can play, shoot, score inside and out.
Yeah, he was second on the team last year at 18.3 points per game, second only to the MVP, Xavier Moon, and hitting from downtown was Philip Scrub, cutting the lead back down to 10. We are with 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Scrub fires it to Lull, but Lull was cutting baseline, so they could not connect.
Phil Scrub is so good with the ball in his hands because he can change tempo and speed. And so all of a sudden he pauses people for a second, and as you pause, he'll step back and he'll shoot it. As soon as you give him a little bit, he never determines anything. He reads and reacts as well as any player I've seen play in Canada.
He doesn't need an awful lot of lift to get off that 3 either. He can kind of do it that would feel like it was almost off his off foot.
Yeah, and he's skilled with both hands, and
yes.
that helps.
Lull with the steal. Johnny Bucket's back the other way, but it's stripped away by Peter McNeely. A little Ryerson Carlton there. Moon can't cash it.
Yeah.
Whistle on the play.
And a tough break for Ottawa there. A lot of effort trying 2 guys going for a rebound and going out of bounds. But again, I got to just talk about Edmonton's transition defense. They get back, and they've taken away transition opportunities from Ottawa.
Again, playing without Xavier Moon, who's still down there on the bench. Daniels, no good. But Sacha Kapos pops it out. Daniels slipped, and there's Moon on the floor. Daniels slipped, went out of bounds. Baker checking back in for Daniels.
Sometimes coaches give players confidence, and sometimes players give coaches confidence. Kapos last night did a great job,
yes.
And he gave Coach Small a lot of confidence to use him early today.
Yeah, and he didn't play a massive amount of minutes, but he was effective and definitely didn't hurt his team. I think that's the biggest thing. When you're playing limited minutes, just don't hurt me.
Yeah, well,
Lull. And they're calling the charge. Baker stepping in.
And what's happened is we've had too many players just putting their head down and going all the way. So what happens when I talk about, some people on a Scurry report would call it like a rhino. You don't stop. You got to drive middle to score. And you can't just determine that you're going all the way. Jordan Baker is very good here. Gets his feet outside of the circle to draw the charge.
Moon to Baker. Handoff. Oh, tough take. No good. Baker there to clean it up. All the bounces going the way of the Stingers. Under 2 minutes to go. Their lead is at 12. Scrub. Phil to Tommy. No good. Phil tries to pull down the offensive rebound, but can't come away with it. Peter McNeely to Xavier Moon. The knee, the leg, the calf looks good. Moneyball pushes the lead to 15.
And they ran with 5 guys again. I was concerned earlier about Edmonton's fatigue. No sign of that.
No, absolutely not. Hanlon. Hanlon with the push-off. Got away. Kiss off glass. You can count it.
I like the officials are looking for a push-off where you extend your arm.
Yep.
I thought Xavier there looked to draw that.
Oh, Moon to Kapos. Put a cherry on that two-handed slam. Moon with a tasty dish.
Just gets the ball down the floor so quickly. Doesn't let defense set up.
Oh, Hanlon starting to get it going here.
And he's looking to use his size, right? That's his strength. He's a great pull-up jumper, and he's got some physical size to him.
I like to see an engaged Olivier Hanlon. Kapos, handoff to Peter McNeely. Up top. Kareem South gets it back to Peter McNeely. 3 on the shot clock. McNeely. No good. Rebound from Hanlon. 20 seconds to go in the opening quarter. The BlackJacks stuck 13. Olivier Hanlon standing on top of the Summer Series logo at midcourt. 8 to go. Hanlon off the Lull screen. Hanlon keeps it himself, taking it at Kapos, fades away, no good. Lull offensive rebound, can't beat the buzzer. 31-18, the BlackJacks down 13. Stingers with a great first quarter. We'll be back with the second quarter action in just a few minutes.
What is 100 years? In 1920, Earhart Cook turned a passion for headwear into the New Era Cap Company in Buffalo, New York. But everyone was making this kind of hat. So we came up with the big idea to make the best caps for the biggest sport. But something wasn't quite right. We wanted to show the logos with pride. And just like that, the iconic 5950 was born, changing the baseball cap forever. For the first time, the caps the pros wore on the field were officially sold in stores. And then something unique happened. Spike Lee called, the Spike Lee, and asked to have a red Yankees cap to match his jacket. We asked Major League Baseball, and they said, we had a chance to be disruptive. Spike's red cap launched sports headwear into a wider culture. Hip-hop made it a staple. Creators made it their own. Colors, fabrics, patterns. It was more than just your favorite team. And a gold sticker on the visor became as iconic as the cap itself. And those 4 numbers, we think it's an original production number. We don't know for sure, but we love them. From courtside to Crenshaw, from the 50 to 5th, it shouted that this is who you were, what you repped, and where you lived. The world saw it and wanted it. Where were we? Staying true to our roots. Fans of all sports became fans of us. People liked what we were doing, so our brand grew, and we became more than just a cap. That's 100 years. We thank you. Enjoy what comes next.
Second quarter action from the Meridian Center, brought to you by Board One Studios. They are the national video partners of the CEBL. Ward One has done all the outstanding video that you've seen on social media and here within the broadcast. Absolutely killing it for the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Cannot emphasize just how much work has gone on behind the scenes to make this happen. And there is Brody Clark. He continues to make it happen for the Stingers.
The matches Edmonton are going for are strength matches. They're just looking at posting up their best post-up.
Thomas Scrub. He gets cut off. Good defense. Great defense from Machikamba. He hit a couple of 3 balls in the early going and D'd up there strong.
I thought he played really well for them last night.
Out of Central Arkansas, second-year pro representing Calgary. And I will tell you this, Joe. Calgary, Alberta becoming a new hotbed for basketball players in Canada. Hanlon, got away with a push-off. The foul came first on Kareem South.
Another player who's got the confidence of the coach. Kareem South yesterday came in late in the game and did a real good job.
Hanlon playing with a little bit of juice is Olivier Hanlon. Nice bounce pass down low. I'll tell you this, Jordan Baker does not get cheated on any fouls he takes.
No.
And they're not ill-intentioned, but they are strong.
Yeah, and because he plays strong, like he does everything that way. Everything is full out.
A reminder that Coventry is the official transportation partner of the CEBL Summer Series. Coventry always here greeting me as I come in with the teams getting off the bus here for practice, taking them back and forth in the different little safety circles that we have set up in the team hotel and the local YMCA over there where the teams are training, and obviously here at the Meridian Center in Coventry is getting them there safely and back as well. South comes down with the offensive rebound off the Stingers' miss. Baker again from downtown, no good from the corner 3. Hanlon pushing, finds Lull. Brody Clark with the swat. Scrub there to finish it up. Sorry, that was Thomas.
Can't go wrong. That's just an effort play, right? Following the play.
33-21, the Stingers up 12 here, a minute 25 into the second quarter. Block is called.
Yeah, Tommy Scrub there was trying to grab a foul, trying to draw the charge on the pass off, and got caught for moving.
Also a special hello to those listening on TSN 1200 in Ottawa. Along across the CEBL radio network. Oh, stripped by Hanlon is clean. Body's hitting the floor, foul called. No, calling a carry.
Well, what he's saying is that he's saying that Ottawa never had possession of the ball, and he called it an over and back, actually. So because they never had full possession of the ball, they called it a backcourt violation.
Sorry, I'm seeing the carry, the over and back, very similar, Joe. Thank you for not calling me out on that. Reminder, as part of the CEBL social justice work, you'll hear players, coaches, and staff speak out against racism. Racism is not our game, and it's featured on each baseline and on the back of their warm-up shirts before the games here. Nice move by Shaq Keith. But just a reminder of all the work we all need to do for equality in Canada. Tutu hard the other way. He is down to be helped out. He'll get to the line to shoot 2. And right now, with the lead down to 10, Coach Jermaine Small wants to chat things up. With a 10-point lead and 7:56 to go here in the second quarter, we'll take a short break and be right back to St. Catharines, Ontario.
Well, when I was younger in high school, I was a pretty good athlete. Went to the provincial championships in most sports like volleyball, track, basketball, and of course the goalie. But lately I've been going up the stairs like Fred Sanford. That's why I use Inflamex. Remember, 2 M's, 2 X's.
Inflamex is formulated to relieve joint pain, helps address pain and inflammation at the cellular level, and is GMO-free and allergen-free.
I'm doing better with a little help from my friends at Bell Lifestyle Products, so you can do the things that you do best.
Oh, yeah!
Spend 2 nights in Ottawa and get $100 spending money on us. Dinner and drinks? It's on us. Or outdoor fun? It's on us. So relax. It's on us. Spend 2 nights and get $100. A mark of legacy, a mark of our game. Spalding is the official basketball partner of the CEBL. Get your replica CEBL game ball now at cebl.ca and take our game to your courts.
Most of our clients who come through our door and who are suffering from mental illness, they're feeling a sense of despair and a longing for help. Often, insurance companies are denying disability claims on the basis that there's insufficient medical evidence. We've represented hundreds of clients who suffer from anxiety or depression. We fight for our clients' right to receive the compensation they deserve. If you've been denied long-term disability, don't give up. We can help.
Your long-term disability firm, Kotak Law.
Munis 2-2 at the stripe, shooting. I'm not going to say 2-2. First is good, cut it down to single digits.
Well, I like the way Ottawa went into that timeout with Shaq with a real good ISO play because he's a real good ISO player. And then Munis with the nice steal.
Moon just leaving 2-2 in his dust. Man, nobody can keep up with Xavier Moon. Baker back out to Moon. Almost hit the ref. Ottawa turning up the defense. Keith called for the foul of jumping out.
You tell players, listen, you can run faster than most guys can dribble. Not the case with Moon.
No.
He is as fast as anyone I've seen with the ball going end to end. And his motor just keeps going.
You can watch as much tape as you want. You don't really feel it till you get out there. I'm talking like I know or something like that, but I've watched him enough to be able to. Oh, combo with the drop off to Daniels, but it went off his leg. It was deflected out of bounds, I believe, so 2 on the shot clock. The Stingers get it back. Gonna need a quick trigger here.
Look for a lob play on this or maybe a screen-to-screener action. They're probably going for one pass.
Airs it out from 3. Does Diawara, and now 2-2 back the other way. Gets it back up top. Tommy Scrub, no good. Daniels comes down with a defensive rebound. Good battle there. Kamba, pull-up 3. No good. It's been a while since he triggered one. Don't think that early in the shot clock was something you needed.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you let your shot be the offense instead of the offense. The other two, the offense got him his shot.
Good defense there. Keith got just shot right down. Moon flying and dropping. Xavier Moon is a blur on the floor.
And he does it in straight lines. No, he doesn't waste any dribbles. He does everything in straight lines.
Didn't really think, but you're right. There's no zigzagging with this young man. Shortest length from A to B is straight. He adheres to that rule. Hanlon. No good. Tip out. Stingers trying to come up with it. It was tipped out by Edmonton, so it's not an over back. Daniels. Fired up. Tom Scrub to Philip Scrub. And he pulls up. Okay.
Yeah, again, you can't give Tom or Phil Scrub space. And Travis there had a little bit of a brain cramp, just giving him a little bit of space. You can't. He'll make the right decision.
That was an early shot, but it was confident. He's been doing it for a little bit. And it's staying with Edmonton.
Solid defense leading into that after that timeout. Got it down to a 7-point game here.
Ooh, that's a little too lazy of a pass. Almost turned over. 4 on the shot clock. Great defense. 1 on the shot clock. The Stingers get it back. Stop me if you heard this before, but Ottawa has changed things around with their defense.
And right now, this is a big communication play for Ottawa. It's going to be direct pass and shot.
Ooh. Peter McNeely with an alley-oop turnaround jumper, but he aired it out. The Blackjacks back the other way. Phil Scrubb running off the Kibi screen. Back up top to his brother. Tommy Scrubb, left hand off balance. Capos comes down with it. Lob down to Daniels. Puts the caboose out. He wants it back. Gets it back in the post. Fadeaway on the baseline. Foul called. Kibi with the push. Daniels explaining the foul call to the bench.
Well, defensively, often you hear guys pull the chair. Well, he did that on an offensive play. He leaned and leaned and leaned, had Kibi moving forward, and then when he went to that little turnaround, Kibi fell into him.
Yeah, that's something Daniels has in the bag, the post-game bag. We are creeping up on the midway point of the second quarter. The Stingers have maintained the lead in this game, but it's now just down to 7. Daniels at the line, shooting 2.
Ottawa's strength is to make this a half-court game defensively, right? When they can control Edmonton in a half-court, not let Xavier exploit them, then they've been playing much better. So that's easier said than done because Xavier is so dynamic.
Daniels bangs in the first. A little smoother on the second. Lead is up to 9 for the Stingers. Tough pass brought down by Yassine Joseph. He picks up his dribble. Lull gets it back to Joseph. Capos guarding him in the corner. Capos all kinds of long. Peter McNeely now on Johnny B. He goes to the baseline. I believe that passed it out of bounds, or are they calling a... Ooh.
So leading up to that play, Edmonton's trying to do something I think is really tough. They did a real good job of it. They went from a 2-2-1 press after the free throw back to man and did a great job on defense of scrambling.
The Stingers bench was calling for an out of bounds, but the foul call was on Mambi Diawara before the ball went out of bounds. Pierre Charles with the easy putback, but it rims out. Nothing easy for the Blackjacks last couple of trips down the floor.
You know, Sasha Capos in there with his long arms, having a little defensive presence.
So many times guys of that size, when you're talking about Capos, you know, just don't have the ability to control their body. I'm really, really impressed with what he is able to do with those limbs. It looks like he's always in control. And there's a block by Daniels, a 24-second shot clock violation.
Great defensive series there by Edmonton. Gave it back on a foul and still played really solid.
Reminded what Shaq said when he was talking about the Lopez brothers, that he doesn't feel like they want to be 7 foot. When he teammates with him, he said, you have to walk around like you're a 7-footer. Capos walks around like he's a 7-footer. And that man, Xavier Moon, walks around like he's the MVP.
But then there's a situation where he goes and gets the layup. The ball's on the rim. A little bit more active TJ Law knocks that off the rim.
Yep. Oh, talking about knocking it off. Troy Daniels tried to slap the Spalding off that rock. They want to swap out that basketball. Again, you can pick up one of those official replica balls at CEBL.ca, Joe.
You know it's a good block when you knock some of the air out of it, eh? You got to switch balls.
A ball up top. Scrub. No good. Another 24 seconds. That makes your coach happy. Back-to-back 24-second shot clock violations.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you notice Phil Scrubb on that play? He's so good at changing pace, moving hands, little scoop shot.
Dika, Peter McNeely guarded by Phil Scrubb. Now Lull on Peter McNeely. Oh, Peter McNeely wanted that matchup. Pierre Charles sends it back. BlackJacks trying to bounce back from those 24-second shot clock violations to get a basket here. Stuck 11. 3:22 to go here in the second quarter. 2-2. Nope. But knocked out by Pierre Charles. Scrubb. 2-2. His second consecutive attempt. Rims out. Pierre Charles once again. Second chance. Capos with that impressive wingspan blocking it, and the Stingers are getting it back.
You know, John Emmanuel did such a good job in the last 3 possessions of just fighting to get something. He just can't put the ball in the basket, and all of a sudden gets a frustration foul. But his work ethic has been tremendous on the offensive boards.
What a difference you see with the Stingers here. With Xavier Moon imposing his will in the early going, now when you have the interchangeable size of Brody Clark and Daniels and Baker and Capos, like, this is just so impressive. Turnover, Philip Scrubb picks it off, push it back the other way, keeps it himself, so smooth, so clean, Philip Scrubb for 2.
Yeah, and great job there stepping in the passing lane, getting the steal.
Moon. Oh, stops on a dime. Xavier Moon. He's got into his bag this evening.
Yeah, one of the best pull-up jump shooters I've seen in the last couple years.
Hannah Mescal. 3 ball, cuts it to 8. We got ourselves a ball game here, Joe. Moon, once again. Xavier Moon, he's feeling it.
Elbow jumpers to him are layups.
Well, it's not fair when you're that fast it can still stop on a dime. You shouldn't have both.
But the part of his game that I love is that he gets to the spot that he wants, and analytically everybody say that's a bad shot. But that's his shot. He's made that a layup.
Remember, you can support your local team and get the latest news, videos, and highlights through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Follow Ottawa at OTT_BlackJacks and Edmonton at ED_Stingers. Our local fan base, so supportive of the CEBL. Love following along and seeing all the conversation going on and the friendly banter between the different team accounts. Scrubb hits it. 8-point lead for the Stingers. I mean, they've played so well, but have not been able to really get too far out of range here. Xavier Moon again, just floating a little too much on that attempt, and it rims out. Hanlon. Sorry, Joe.
Joe, just a little longer than he usually takes, right? Just feeling it a little bit. But Ottawa doing a good job of making him play half court, right?
Yep.
They did a good job there of not letting Xavier get to the basket in transition.
Looks like Moon is still favoring that right leg just a little bit.
You may have been the second person to see that.
Yeah. Jermaine Small saying if I can get him a little minute and a half rest here before halftime and get my trainer to pull him aside and work out that calf.
So check out Edmonton now. They're trying to deny Phil Scrubb the ball.
Hey, man, the best way to stop Phil Scrubb is to make sure he doesn't have the ball in his hands.
Yeah, no, actually, a great defensive strategy sometimes is if a player's dominating one team so much, then the easiest way to guard them is to guard them when they don't have the basketball.
Olivier Hanlon got it going a little bit there earlier in the game, gets himself back to the line as the BlackJacks just continue to chip away at this lead. Yep, Hanlon pure. Got no native. Cutting the lead to 6. Boston College, a decorated career did Olivier Hanlon had down there in the NC2A. And the pass deflected. Scrub comes down with it, but he loses it. No whistle. Osvaldo Genti losing it on the sidelines, but he gets one back on the other side. While Coach Genti went at one official, the other official provided a bit of a makeup call.
Yesterday, Ottawa, after having a turnover like that, wasn't hustling the way they are today getting back. So here they are, turnover, right back, creating a turnover.
Philip Scrub running off the Keeby screen. Keeby sets those screens with the posterior rather than the chest. Hamlin. Ooh, Olivier Hamlin with a little jumper, getting it going. 40 seconds to go, leads down to 4.
Olivier Hamlin was the leading scorer in the ACC when he was there. He can score the bucket.
Tiawara. Brody Clark, who's been a little bit more quiet in this game. Baker hit one earlier from that spot, but thinks better of it here. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 20 to go in the second quarter. Tiawara gets it to Clark. Brody Clark back rim, 13 seconds to go. BlackJacks with a good end of the half. They want to get the final shot. 8 seconds to go. Phil Scrub has got the rock. Phil Scrub picked off by Brody Clark. 2 seconds to go. Kamba had a layup, but it just went off his fingertips out of bounds. Less than a second to go here.
And that was a big, that would have been a big bucket, right? Just a little bit of momentum.
And that is it. 43-39 for the Stingers. They had a great first half, and here is Amy Audibert with Xavier Moon. Amy?
Yeah, Xavier, when I talked to Coach Small before the game today, he said all the fixes from yesterday were in your team's control. How did it feel out there? What was the biggest difference?
The biggest difference, we came out and we was aggressive. We punched first. Yesterday we got punched in the mouth, and we was just kind of back on our heels. So today we punched first, and we just trying to keep it going.
You and I both know Ottawa is going to get challenged in that locker room right now. And so how do the Stingers keep their foot on the gas in the second half?
We just got to do some of the same things we were doing in the first half, attacking them on offense and on defense.
Appreciate your time. I know you want to get your leg worked on a little, so we'll let you go. Thank you, Xavier. And we'll be right back for some halftime action here at CEBL.
Okay, I've been working like 3 jobs. Probably why I never see ya. Probably why I never have time for the fake friends that won't be ya. Oh God, I've been running now. Up early when the sun is out. Not setting out my own soul, but those real ones, they coming out. Oh, look who's reaching out. Old friends wanna feature now. They don't work, so they need it free. Ooh, you reaching out from the west side of that old town, but there's no shows till I go down to the open mic to show love to the real ones that know now. Some of y'all don't know now. In a couple months, you gon' find out. Been blowing up from the underground, and they stepping on a landmine now. And they know it's my time now. Coming up, I'm on a climb now. Everybody claim they been ballin', but it's looking like they took a time out. Okay, I'm working on a Wednesday, then up again the next day. So-and-so is popping, man, I skip him like he leg day. Kick it like I'm Pele, I never care what they say. Put myself on Spotify, so every day my payday. That realness, don't feel this, but I've been sick, that illness. I've been fresh like Will Smith since 94, man, I built this. Stressed out, X'd out, missed calls from my ex now, but I'm staying focused in the lab, baby, I don't need your calls or your text now. God say the boy blessed now. Who am I to say Rondo? And the way that I sell ticks, they been calling me Rondo. 23 in my prime though, finna ball like Lonzo. Go and tell everybody talking stage better be in that convo.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices, not so much. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam. Pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
You realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
It's not going fast enough. Just done with that.
When your water's right, so is your world. I wrote that!
43-39, the Edmonton Stingers up 4. A great first half, and we're in for a great second half. But first, we got halftime coming your way. We have Amy Audibert sitting down with Commissioner Mike Moriali. And then we will have halftime stats brought to you by BetChris as we return here to the Meridian Center. And hopefully Joe's back with me because I can't carry this by myself. Stay with us. We'll be back with our halftime show, and then we'll be back with some third quarter action. Amy will also be with one of the head coaches. We'll see you soon.
Welcome to Payworks. We're payroll, HR, and time and absence management experts. So whether your business has thousands of employees or just one, let us show you how we're different. We're Payworks, and we're doing business to business, person to person.
A mark of legacy, a mark of our game. Spalding is the official basketball partner of the CEBL. Get your replica CEBL game ball now at CEBL.ca and take our game to your courts.
Most of our clients who come through our door and who are suffering from mental illness, they're feeling a sense of despair and a longing for help. Often, insurance companies are denying disability claims on the basis that there's insufficient medical evidence. We've represented hundreds of clients who suffer from anxiety or depression. We fight for our clients' right to receive the compensation they deserve. If you've been denied long-term disability, don't give up. We can help.
Your long-term disability firm, Kotak Law.
It's time to rep your CEBL pride, Canada. Exclusive new era merchandise is now available on CEBL.ca. Buy your favorite hats, replica jerseys, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Welcome to our game. BlackJacks fans, right now you can get 12% off 2021 season tickets by placing your $50 deposit before August 9th, 2020. Visit theblackjacks.ca and take advantage of this exclusive summer series offer. Welcome to a new basketball experience. Edmonton Stingers fans, get 12% off 2021 season tickets by placing your $50 deposit before August 9th, 2020. Visit CEBL.ca/thestingers and take advantage of this exclusive summer series offer. Welcome to a new basketball experience.
Gets around Jordan Baker. Nice little drive and finish. Lefty's good to go. Forte once again. David Joseph down low. Clark. Brody Clark. That's again CEBL. 80% Canadian. You cannot catch up to Xavier Moon in transition. Free throw line. Taking it at the kid, Brody Clark. He just schooled him.
This is what Marcus Capers does. He is a long, athletic defender.
I would say that was home court officiating. Gets it back. Lots of contact. Really good footwork by Brody.
In the 3-on-2.
And look at the pass finished off by Xavier.
All 5 guys are running the floor. Around and react to his shot because of his length and his ability to jump.
Nice spin to the baseline.
Good runouts all the time.
Tay with the swipe. Push him back. Cadogan. Ooh, Junior Cadogan.
In terms of his body and being in shape, but also his leadership capabilities.
Smart move, passing it up. And Klassen. Basket. Really,
that's a timeout before Elam time.
Hard take, but it's Combo with the swat.
Travis Daniels, look how far out he put Forte.
And it's Capos again. Kyle Johnson set back by Xavier Moon. Menega wide open for 3. Jahens Menega hits from downtown. Elam ending is over, and the Fraser Valley Bandits pick up their first win of the CEBL Summer Series.
What is 100 years? In 1920, Erhard Cook turned a passion for headwear into the New Era Cap Company in Buffalo, New York. But everyone was making this kind of hat. So we came up with the big idea to make the best caps for the biggest sport. But something wasn't quite right. We wanted to show the logos with pride. And just like that, the iconic 5950 was born, changing the baseball cap forever. For the first time, the caps the pros wore on the field were officially sold in stores. And then something unique happened. Spike Lee called. The Spike Lee. and asked to have a red Yankees cap to match his jacket. We asked Major League Baseball, and they said we had a chance to be disruptive. Spike's red cap launched sports headwear into a wider culture. Hip-hop made it a staple. Creators made it their own. Colors, fabrics, patterns. It was more than just your favorite team. And a gold sticker on the visor became as iconic as the cap itself. And those 4 numbers, we think it's an original production number. We don't know for sure, but we love them. From courtside to Crenshaw, from the 50 to 5th, it shouted that this is who you were, what you repped, and where you lived. The world saw it and wanted it. Where were we? Staying true to our roots. Fans of all sports became fans of us. People liked what we were doing, so our brand grew, and we became more than just a cap. That's 100 years. We thank you. Enjoy what comes next.
Talking points leading into the summer series has been the Canadian talent, and the amount and the quality has gone right up. I'm really excited, but why do you think some of our best basketball players are coming home to play?
Well, last year, we had the kind of proof of concept phase. We had a tremendous group of basketball players that played, no doubt about it. Many who are still playing here this year. But we started to see, new agents, new players, higher name guys, just knocking on the door. And we added about 75 new players this year. We have over a dozen senior men's national team players. We have guys from all over the G League, from NCAA to U Sport, etc. And the quality of coaching's gone up, the quality of players has gone up, and I think we proved to them, these guys are kind of legit here. And some of it is good karma and silver linings amidst everything that was going on. So all of our best players were home already in March, where they wouldn't have been home till mid-May or even into June. And they weren't going back anywhere else, so we kind of had a really captive audience. And it's worked almost as we scripted it. And I'm really happy about that. And I really can't wait for those guys to return next year and get a feel for the whole experience, right? From their home markets and the whole shooting match. And let's start here and get it off the ground and get it going, and then we'll take the next steps from there. Earlier on today, put your hand up. How many of you guys have buddies that are playing basketball right now? It ain't happening. So this is like the platform. And I'm proud that it's a Canadian platform sprinkled in with some top international players. They're showcasing not only what they do on the court, but how to do it safely and effectively. And I think we're going to be someone that people are able to go to from not only a pro sports level, but more importantly from an amateur sport, a minor sport level, and say, how do we pull this off? Because there's thousands of young kids that need to play and want to play basketball.
Welcome back. Halftime going down here. We got ourselves a tight ball game with everybody kind of still working out the kinks, knocking off the rust. It's nice to have something within 4 points here, and I'm sure those halftime conversations were a little bit interesting on both sides. What do you think, Joe?
I do too. I think they were interesting. I think, the fact that Edmonton got such a good start and then Ottawa maybe a good finish. But both teams were led by their leaders. And I thought the key thing for Ottawa was to create a situation where you're stopping Edmonton scoring in transition. And it did. Edmonton was 4 of 7 from the threes and then goes 0 of 7 at the end of it, where Ottawa didn't hit an early three, then hits a bunch of threes, mostly Phil Scrubb.
Well, here is one guy that will not mince words. We've heard him a couple of different times. Joining Amy Audibert, his head coach is Baldo Genti. Amy?
Thanks, Jason. Coach, down 4 with a lot of basketball to play. What was your message in the locker room at halftime?
Just have to keep on doing the things that got us there. First half, they out-rebounded. First quarter, they out-rebounded us. Second half, we started playing defense a lot harder, and we out-rebounded them to finish the quarter. So when we play with that type of energy, it's going to be good for us.
Xavier Moon's a pretty solid talent out there, and so what specifically can you throw at him to try to slow him down a little in the second frame?
Well, he made a couple of tough shots, and great player. So we really have to cover him with 5 guys. And we have to make sure we're constantly talking to him, and whatever shots that he makes is the shots that we want him to take and not the shots that he feels comfortable with.
We appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll go back to you.
Thank you, Amy and Coach Genty. And I think now is the time to revisit our keys to the game from the beginning of the game. Joe, starting up with the Ottawa BlackJacks.
Well, the first thing Coach talked about was rebounding, and they felt like, and they did a good job of stopping Edmonton. But they played with urgency, particularly in that second quarter. They did a real good job. Established transition. They scored a little bit in transition, and a lot of that was off turnovers. And they did do a great job of controlling Xavier Moon early, but they did a much better job as it went on. So on the other side of it, Edmonton, you know, that led them in rebounding. They lost that battle at halftime, and that was one that hurt them a little bit. And Travis Daniels, we still haven't seen him establish. A couple times he was the best match, and they did a great job of not letting fatigue be a factor that first half. If they can keep going that hard as they did in that first half and the second half, I'd be impressed.
And taking a look at the halftime stats brought to you by BetChris. What really stands out here, obviously, +7 on the rebounding mark for the BlackJacks. Both teams shooting a decent percentage, especially considering the BlackJacks started so cold from the field. And when you want to talk individual stats, Xavier Moon, obviously 14 points, also 5 dimes. But you said about leaders being leaders. Olivier Hanlon, Philip Scrubb, combined 7 of 10 for 20 points. That is impressive from those two guys.
And the one stat there with the rebounds that we're not seeing is Ottawa had 11 rebounds.
On the offensive end.
Yes.
Absolutely. And as I had mentioned, they started a little bit cold, so that offensive rebounding definitely kept them in the game. And they are very much in this game, considering how well the Stingers played there in the early going. The fact that the BlackJacks are only down 4, very impressive as the final 35 seconds tick off the clock here on halftime. We welcome you again on CBC Sports Online and on the CEBL radio network, including our friends on TSN 1200 in Ottawa. Thank you for joining us for the inaugural season of your Ottawa BlackJacks. Stingers here. It will be interesting to see also Xavier Moon, if he can shake off the little banged up leg that he had there in the first half.
Yeah, you know what? I just think Xavier's a tough guy. He's just not even going to think about it. I think fatigue will be more of an issue for some of the players than anything, a little small little injury.
Absolutely, and the continuation of the CEBL Summer Series here in St. Catharines. Third quarter action at the Meridian Center. Brought to you by Ward 1 Studios, the national video partners of the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Moon is back out there to start this third quarter. Philip Scrubb with the ball for Hannah Mescal. Back to Philip Scrubb. Drawn up play, executed perfection.
Well, actually, Edmonton showed zone, and Ottawa BlackJacks. Holy smoke!
I'm glad you were the first one to do it.
I was the first one to say it. They just went to the high post and found Phil open for the shot.
Diawara. Jumper is good. Thomas Scrubb was there, but offense was clean.
Yeah. Diawara was very good at attacking the rim. There he just attacked the paint for the pull-up jumper. Long pull-up jumper.
Thomas Scrubb. Johnny Buckets. No good. Baker, defensive rebound. Ahead to Diawara. Nice little pocket pass to Daniels. And the charge is called. There's no way he was outside that circle, Joe.
No, and I think what happened was I think they called charge. Really what they were going to call was just the ball off his hand turnover. So
overturning it.
right, but now the question is, the ball went out of bounds. So is it their ball or is just overturning the call?
They're talking it over.
So they're saying that the whistle killed the play from there on in.
In a close game like this, that's a tough pill to swallow. Xavier Moon. Xavier Moon, don't do it to him.
You're thinking tough. Tough is trying to guard Xavier Moon. You know he's coming. You give space, and he still gets by you.
Hamlin, step back. 3, no good. Moon fires it ahead to Daniels. Just a little out of reach. Coach Jermaine Small headed his hands for about a half second, then said, clap, next play.
Yeah, he's coaching the next play. He knows he can't deal with that last one, but he thought that last one was a little bit too much of a risk for the reward.
Yep. Thomas Scrub to his brother Phil. To Brahena Mescal hitting from downtown. Ottawa in this game, cutting it to 2.
Yeah. Nice crisp set there by Ottawa, running a double screen, the old picket fence.
Moon inbounding on the baseline. Tutu is given a delay of game warning. That's one of those things that can become an issue later in the game. Ooh, Scrub tried to sell it. Man, the BlackJacks coaching staff just working the officials. I think Phil tried to sell that one a little too much.
Yeah, he looked like he was selling it, and then Tom was going to retaliate for it.
Yeah.
So what we got a lot of players trying to draw contact and show the contact.
Small and Moon having a little conversation. Talking to Jermaine Small before this summer series, just spoke glowingly about Moon, how he was the first domino to fall with the returning of this Stinger squad. And once everybody else heard Xavier was back, they are all ready to sign up.
His motor is absolutely sensational.
Oh.
And Tutu there did a little bit what Edmonton was doing in the end of the first half. They were denying Xavier the ball.
Moon running off the ball, and it turned into a Stingers turnover, passing it out of bounds because of the great defense denying Moon the ball. So it's the BlackJacks who have the rock back with an opportunity to tie it here with a 2. Thomas Scrub for the lead. Thomas Scrub and the BlackJacks maybe have their first lead of the entire summer series.
Whoa. Didn't think I'd wait this long to say that.
Absolutely. We're 2.5 minutes into the third quarter of their second game, and another ugly pass, but the Stingers get it back. Diawara, a lot of individual play. He slips on the floor in transition. Brand Mescal to Tommy Scrub, getting up to throw down, popping it off at the Meridian Center. The BlackJacks are here representing Ottawa.
It's one of the first times that Xavier has lost the battle at the rim.
Make matters worse for the Stingers. Scrub getting to the line looking for the three-point play. And a reminder, Bell Lifestyle Products is proud to provide natural health products for the elite athletes of the CEBL, retired athletes, weekend warriors, everybody, including Mike Richards. For over 24 years, products like Inflamex have helped with joint relief, blood pressure, prostate health, even sleep. Never stop doing your thing. Men's health, empowered by nature. Bell Lifestyle Products. And, ooh, foul called.
Edmonton does a nice job, right? They need a little bit of stability. Who do they bring off the bench? Adika Peter McNeely.
Yeah, Phil Scrubb. I am amazed Phil Scrubb has gone this long in the game without. That's his first foul. He tried to draw a charge there and ended up getting whistled. I think head coach Osvaldo Genti appreciated the defense. They have done a great job of not allowing Xavier Moon to get the ball at all. Brody Clark instead can't get it to go. I don't know if it was a block, but it was good defense either way.
Tommy Scrubb got his hand on that.
And there's Thomas Scrubb from downtown. Short. Try to get his own rebound. Baker comes down with it. Moon finally has the ball back in his hands for the first time in this second half. He finds Brody Clark for 2.
And that's their success. Get in there early. Let Xavier get into the middle early, and then he'll find the right guy.
Ottawa with a 2-point lead here over the Stingers. Philip Scrubb now working on Moon. Moon cuts him off, and they call Scrubb for his second foul. There is a lot of game within the game right now. Scrubb tried to draw that hit to the head, didn't get it. Called for the flop on the charge, and then over here gets called for his own charge.
Right, so there's lots of gamesmanship going on. But within FIBA, if we feel that somebody's flopping, then that becomes a technical foul right off the bat. So if that happens, then I think you pick up some of this flopping ends.
Moon to Brody Clark. Kamba, who is getting warm there in the first half. Peter McNeely gets it to Brody Clark. Clark takes it, floats it, no good. Stepping in for the charge was Munis Tutu.
Yeah, Brody showed that way too early. Munis was set up on that. Brody's got to go in there, we're ready to hit a pull-up jump shot, not just commit to the drive.
Kotak Law, the official law firm of the CEBL Summer Series, knows these times have been hard for many Canadians. That's why they are donating $7,000 to the Canadian Mental Health Association. They invite CEBL fans to join them. Visit cmha.ca today and join Nainish Kotak in supporting the mental health of Canadians. From coast to coast, foul called on Jean-Emmanuel Pierre-Charles.
And I think that was a mistake by Munis there, one of the few mistakes he's made. Was he went to the middle and just didn't have the size to complete anything.
This is a great game, Joe. You called it.
Yeah, lots of pride on the floor.
Absolutely. Peter McNeely down low, or sorry, not down low, free throw line extended, and then he gives it up to Baker. The BlackJacks are jumping in to draw charges consistently.
And I know both coaches are upset with this, but I'm just going back that you're going down that middle. You've got to be able to pull up, and if you pull up and you draw the contact like that, now you pass off and there's the open three.
Yep.
Guys are overcommitting.
Scrubb watched closely. That was Tommy who gives it up to Tutu. Shaq Keith. That is a tough pass to throw. Baker picks it off. He throws a touchdown pass, but they pull it back out. Brody Clark, no good. BlackJacks all over the glass. Not a yellow jersey to be seen on the offensive glass. Keith dribbles himself into trouble, picks it up. Scrubb, little step back, corner three, no good. Moon almost tipped it into his own basket from about 7 feet out. Baker takes it hard, asking for the contact, and they call it after on the putback.
You worded that perfectly. Jordan goes to the drive, asks for contact. He asked for it. He creates it, bring it on, I'm not stopping. He just went right in there and attacked Tommy Scrubb in the chest and then wanted to finish.
Considering how much physicality Jordan Baker brings to the game, he spends zero time talking to the officials.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And he is definitely not allergic to the floor either, because if it's a loose ball on defense or an offensive rebound, he's getting it.
2-point lead for the Blackjacks. We'll be back to the Meridian Center after this short break.
The CEBL is more than just basketball. It's about community, art, music, stories, food, and so much more. It's a professional basketball experience like no other, a lifestyle like no other, and it's time to bring it all together. Welcome to the CEBL Life, a forum where artists, musicians, videographers, community workers, writers, chefs, and innovative minds unite for one purpose, to showcase their talents and connect with a sport we all love, basketball. Head over to CEBL.ca to learn more. Follow the Ottawa BlackJacks on social media right now to get the latest news, updates, and behind-the-scenes access that the CEBL's newest club has to offer. Follow the Edmonton Stingers on social media right now to get the latest news, updates, and behind-the-scenes access that the Stingers have to offer.
With Jordan Baker at the line, I'm going to take the opportunity to tell you that the 2021 CEBL season ticket drive has started. It will run through the entire CEBL summer series. You can visit theblackjacks.ca or thestingers.ca to place your $50 deposit and secure your 2021 season tickets, or purchase your season tickets completely by the end of this summer series and receive a 12% discount. We are tied at 51. We got ourselves a ball game between the Blackjacks and the Stingers live on cbcsports.ca and the CEBL radio network, including TSN 1200 up in Ottawa. Tajinder Lal, no good off glass. Kapos taps it out. Back the other way. No good by Kamba. And we are going back and forth. Hanlon. He has Moon on him. Taking on two now. Finds Lull. Kick out is picked off by Peter McNeely. You're not going to be able to handle too many of those mistakes by the young kid Lull.
Yeah.
3-ball, no good though.
You can't be casual. There's no time to be casual with any pass, any play, any time in this game, especially as tight as this game is. You'll pay the price.
Kamba getting above the Landry screen. And it's a turnover. The Stingers bring it back. Still tied at 51, 3:35 to go here in the third quarter. Xavier Moon, pull up, jumper, no good. Tried to get his own rebound, but it is Shaq Keith who brings it out. He crosses over at full speed. Almost lost it. Hanlon now, pull up three, no good. Lots of Stingers there for the rebound. Moon pushing. Little stop and go, takes it at Landry. No whistle.
Lots of scramble since we came back from that timeout.
Xavier Moon is not 100%. And a drop off from 2-2 to Landry for two.
And that was the first sign of any Edmonton being tired at all right there. They just didn't get back with the energy they've been getting back on every other series.
Peter McNeely to Kapos. Kamba finds Moon coming off the screen. Kapos from range. No good, and Brody Clark just found himself running away from where that ball went, and Xavier Moon grimacing as he hits the sidelines. So it's not good news for the Stingers.
And he went 7 minutes hard, 7.5 hard minutes before he got before a substitution happened.
We have a 53-51 Ottawa BlackJacks lead. They have come out of halftime doing exactly what they need to do, and they find themselves in the lead for a period of time, really for the first time in their franchise's history. I know it's only been 2 games, and Olivier Hanlon taking it and dropping on the reverse.
Yeah, good step-up screen there for the BlackJacks and created a mismatch where Olivier had Sasha on his wing.
Jumper, no good. Where is the offense going to come from for the Stingers now with Xavier Moon on the bench? Transition 3, Phil Scrubb, no good. Diawara back the other way. Peter McNeely trying to set up the offense from the wing.
We haven't seen much Travis Daniels.
Peter McNeely, foul line jumper, no good. Wow, 2 Stingers active on the glass, and it falls right in Jordan Baker's pocket.
And it's because the other 2 Stingers were active,
Yep.
and they did a great job. Sasha getting a hand on it, and Adika Peter McNeely getting involved.
Stingers just trying to tread water right now, still down 2. Thomas Scrubb triggers it, no good. Shaq Keith all over the offensive glass, taps it out to Hanlon. Keith gets it back. Not a shot you want him to take, but what does the play-by-play guy know? Count to 3.
And he earned it. He kept that possession
Yep.
alive. He came from a distance to get his hand on the tip there for the offensive rebound.
It's a 5-point lead for the BlackJacks. They have got the mojo on their side right now. A lot of dribbling and picked off. Here comes Keith, a 1-on-2, taking it right at the young Capos. Counts it for 2. Shaq Keith providing the energy right now. Leads up to 7. The BlackJacks feeling it. Thomas Scrubb called for a ticky-tack foul at midcourt.
Yeah, you know what? But he put himself in that situation.
Yep. Daniels checking back in. 36.9 to go. This third quarter has been the best quarter for the Ottawa BlackJacks. They've already got 60 on the board. I believe they had only had 69 in their previous game.
You know, up to now, every game we've seen is the team that's playing the hardest has won. Well, we can't say that today because they're both playing hard.
Absolutely.
They're doing a great job of just competing out here.
Ottawa had 71 in their first game. And they're 11 points away from that right now with 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Philip Scrubb fires it to Keith. Pass to Hanlon. Drops it back to Keith. Keith spinning into the lane. Baker jumps in trying to poke it away. Call for the foul.
But that cross-court pass by Phil, we saw that in the first game today where we saw Bryante Weber throw those passes around. But I said Phil can throw that right and left-handed.
Makes him tough to stop. Scrubb fires it out. Keith finds a cutting lull. And could have been a foul, but they said it was clean. Daniel sends it back. And the shot clock's turned off. 10 to go in the third quarter. This is a big possession for the Stingers. Passing to Daniels. Daniels takes it. Basket and the bump. Big time hoop from Daniels. The Stingers get a little momentum on their side.
And a great catch on the roll because it wasn't a very good pass. He kept his concentration, kept his footwork, played through the foul. And that's why I thought when earlier I said that we need a little bit more Travis Daniels if you're Edmonton because he can score. And he's just got crazy size and he's got great athleticism. And you started with the block down here, and then he comes down this end and gets one.
That was a tough pass. He led him, and it looked like he passed it at his ankles.
Yeah.
Still got it and finished. The young Tajinder Lal called for the foul. And he cashes the free throw, cutting it to 2. BlackJacks now. Chance to beat the clock. Lal, no. 60-58 through 3. I cannot wait for this fourth quarter. Make sure you stay tuned.
Elam Ending is upon us, and they take the timeout to set the target score.
Gets up into the air, gets it to go! Not there, Boucard in the corner for three. Guillaume Boucard at the buzzer, drains it, and the Niagara River Lions get out of here with a 93-92 victory.
Well, when I was younger in high school, I was a pretty good athlete. Went to the provincial championships in most sports like volleyball, track, basketball, and of course the goalie. But lately I've been going up the stairs like Fred Sanford. That's why I use Inflamex. Remember, 2 M's, 2 X's.
Inflamex is formulated to relieve joint pain, helps address pain and inflammation at the cellular level, and is GMO-free and allergen-free.
I'm doing better with a little help from my friends at Bell Lifestyle Products, so you can do the things that you do best.
Oh, yeah!
Well, Joe, we were talking about two teams coming off a loss. We also pointed out that one of them was playing back-to-back games, and I think we're seeing it, or we saw it in that third quarter, those tired legs hurting the shooting for the Stingers.
Yeah, you know what, and it may have a factor in it because they start 4 of 7 to start the game, and now they're 0 of 9 in their last 9 threes. Now, is that a fatigue? Is that good defense, just missing shots? But I think fatigue steps into your shooting as much as it does any other part of your game.
Good sign for the Stingers that Xavier Moon is back on the floor. I mean, this guy is a warrior. He is going to do everything he can to gut it out. And he's being watched by Philip Scrubb right now. This game is going to be won in the trenches, I think, in the fourth quarter here. 60-58 for the BlackJacks. The Stingers with the rock. Xavier Moon, crossover, pull-up jumper, no good. He's nursing looks like a sore calf, and that jumper is probably going to suffer because of it.
And young TJ Lull did a good job there of playing him with his length and space, forcing a tough shot.
Step back, Brahena Mescal, no good. Lull, offensive rebound, but he lost it on his way down. Baker comes away with it. Xavier Moon pushing, finds Baker. Adika, Peter McNeely, that is exactly what the doctor ordered. Three-pointer puts the Stingers back in the lead.
And he's been their best three-point shooter the last 2 games.
Their first 3-ball in their last 10 attempts, as my good friend Joe Rasso had pointed out. Lull finding Philip Scrubb running off the screen. Baseline jumper, cash money, Phil Scrubb. Peter McNeely finds Daniels. Moon gets it back to Daniels. 3-ball, no good. Shaq Keith with his patented spin move on the dribble. He's pushing it, forcing the whistle, and he got it.
And he does that real good job of forcing contact and taking it. Well, I go back here to Edmonton last series. Like, I'm a big Travis Daniels fan, but I just don't think he's in game shape yet. Because when the ball got into his hands, he was reversing it. He wasn't looking at the rim. The Travis Daniels that I remember last year would never not look at the rim. He can still reverse it, but when I see him there, and maybe that's just him being a little tired or just hasn't played a lot.
Amy, haven't heard from you for a while. What do you got?
Well, listen, Shaq Keith is looking pretty good, but he is missing one thing. He told me it's his home cooking. His family started a catering business recently in Oshawa called Seaview Garden, and so he's really missing especially his mom's cooking. He says if they get to the gold and win it, he will definitely be calling in some oxtail. I asked him how much that would be a delivery charge on Skip the Dishes. He said he could make it happen.
Well, that is good to know. I will have to make sure that I'm here for the finals. Some oxtail, some rice and peas is enough to get me back down here, absolutely. 64-61. Ottawa has been able to maintain this lead through much of the second half. And you have to believe the pride that this squad plays with out of the nation's capital. They are putting a lot of pressure on themselves in this game.
Yeah, but I love the veteran leadership of Adika Peter McNeely. When they needed a three, he knocked it down. He gets to the basket, he's at the free throw line. Things are tough, okay, I can take care of it. He can fill any gap for them. He comes off the bench and can do absolutely anything the coach needs him to do.
Peter McNeely, pure from the line. Leads down to 1. 2-2. Picks up his own dribble. 5 on the shot clock. Thomas Scrubb is going to have to yank it. Front rim, no good. Baker comes down with it. Back the other way.
Change of defense there by Edmonton really helped them. They're confused Ottawa.
Moon working the rock. Causing trouble. Finds Baker. He fires it. Comes back to Moon. 8 on the shot clock. Off the Daniel screen. Oh, he splits the D. Drops it off to Baker. Xavier Moon. Dropping dimes.
What a great play. Great split and a quick split.
Tutu, baseline jumper, fading away is short. Baker with the rebound. Moon pushing it back the other way. Oh, he finds Daniels, who beat everybody down the floor. Smart foul. Looked clean, but I think he got a piece of the hand, did.
And you know Coach Genty's calling a timeout here, and you know it's about transition D. You know he's going to be talking transition D.
Well, it's a good time to talk to you about the next broadcast for these two teams. The Ottawa BlackJacks play on July 30th. They'll be taking on the Fraser Valley Bandits at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Edmonton's next game against the Hamilton Honey Badgers on July 29th. But right now, we are 2 minutes and 54 seconds away from Elam ending time. We have been asking for a close game to get into these Elam ending, and I think we got one, Joe, and I think it was you that called it heading into this one.
Well, we needed one.
Yes.
I anticipated two teams that were 0-1. Nobody wants to be that team that's 0-2, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Edmonton. No excuses, no fatigue factor, nothing. They've decided that's not going to happen. Xavier Moon, sore, beat up, splits the D like that, ends up with a great dime.
Absolutely. The BlackJacks here have a lot on the line. A lot of people are actually calling them favorites heading into this one because of the familiarity that all of them have. I mean, no international players on this squad. And I don't even think, I mean, how many 100-kilometer radius from the players on this squad as well from Ottawa? I mean, you got Ottawa, you got Gatineau, you have Toronto. Kyle Landry.
How does he get out of Alberta?
And then, of course, you got the scrubs that are from British Columbia, but after all these years, they've been adopted in Ottawa now, right? I mean.
Well, that happens when you get the key to the city. You're kind of adopted.
If you ask anybody from Ottawa, the scrubs are from Ottawa. Daniels is good. Edmonton back up 3. They weathered that third quarter storm. Lots of contact. Foul called. Thomas Scrubb. Big time collision there. with Matthew Kamba.
So after free throws, Edmonton's been going to a 2-2-1 press, trying to slow Ottawa down. They've done a real good job of that. But at that timeout, I think Coach Genty said, enough of this. Let's attack this pressure. And you saw right there, they kicked it up the wing. Tom Scrub came down the middle, and they attacked the pressure. And that's what you got to do. You just can't fall victim of it, because then it works for the defense.
Scrub. Thomas Scrub. Hit them both. Cut the lead to 1.
Ottawa does the same thing. They go into a zone, little 1-2-2.
Johnny B in and out. Keeby offensive rebound called for the foul is Daniels.
And that's a transition, second, almost like a transition 3, get the rebound. Now this is where I said this is where fatigue can affect you. Just getting a little bit tired, not putting a body on a guy, just trying to rebound with size instead of rebound with physical size.
Keeby hits the first. I was about to say, that's Keeby's first points of the game, but he misses the second. We are tied at 67 with 2:24 until we reach Elam ending time. Moon fires it onto the wing, up top Daniels. Peter McNeely to Moon. Moon gets to the baseline. Pull-up jumper, great defense. Phil Scrub sends it back. Thomas gets it back to Phil. Rehanna Mescal. Great deflection and transition. Matthew Combo with the block on one end and the smash on the other.
Huge play, huge play. Great skip, great closeout by Matthew Kamba.
You know, Keeby has been setting that screen with his rump consistently throughout the game, and I was curious on, as an official, how you call that.
I think it's all like other movies. The fact wasn't that he used his butt to use it. He was sliding as he set the screen. He'd almost look like a little bit of a hockey check.
But for me, as an official, you're so used to seeing guys, obviously you're going to be just looking at feet and being set. But when a guy's turned like that, right, it's visually it's different for you.
Yeah, some coaches teach that because they think you're going to be open on the roll a little bit easier.
Gotcha.
So it's just a half roll rather than a full roll.
Moon, pull up 3. Oh, Xavier Moon. He has been silent and just cashes it from the land beyond. 5-point lead.
Huge shot.
Phil Scrub, no good, no whistle, but the Blackjacks get it back. Hanlon just checked into the game, and he has the answer.
Keep a ball alive, find a shooter.
It's a 2-point lead. The Stingers with the rock up to 72-70. 4:55 to go. Xavier Moon, right to left, cross. Got his defender up in the air. Gets it to Baker. Back to Moon. Can he hit another? Xavier Moon. It's a full moon in St. Catharines.
And I'm shocked there because I thought Tudu did such a great job. Then he left them to help.
Ooh, lots of contact, no whistle. Hanlon drops it off to Keeby. Ooh, Baker was on the ground. He undercut him. I think it was by mistake, but Baker gets it back. That's a huge play. A huge play. Jordan Baker is country strong. Jordan Baker has the Stingers up 7.
Wow, great attack by Jordan there. Playing through the contact on this end.
And Amy, Edmonton up 77-70. We're just 21 seconds away from Elam ending time. What do you have? Anticipation is getting to me.
Well, we can talk about Xavier Moon the entire rest of the night after what we just saw, or what we've really seen, but I had a chance to speak to the Stingers president, Brett Frazier, earlier this week about Xavier and reflected a little bit on his season last year, and he said, you know, of course he won the CEBL MVP, but that was just the bonus. This organization as a whole was so proud of the way that he carried himself in the community, everywhere from basketball camps to in Sobeys, and the fans love him, and he truly is really embracing Edmonton. You already mentioned him wanting to come back and be a part of this, and the general feeling that I'm getting around the entire organization is that Xavier Moon truly loves Edmonton. Guys?
Yeah, I mean, when your MVP leads your team in community hours, that's a special young man.
And the fact that he wanted to go back there, and he probably told Travis Daniels the same thing. Listen, I'm going back. Let's get the band together.
Just taking a look down, 22 points, 7 dimes, 4 boards. And then Jordan Baker, I was saying how important he's been, 17 and 12 for the Golden Bears GOAT. Greatest of all time is what that stands for. Just want to throw that out there. 4:12 left. We will be getting to Elam ending time at the next whistle, well, under 4. Thomas Scrubb, nice move in the lane over Moon.
Yeah, great job getting the ball in the middle to Tom there.
77-72, Edmonton Stingers. What a great ball game this has been. Moon to Baker. He's feeling it. Oh, he gets the roll and the bounce. He's got the Jordan hands out shoulder shrug going on.
So a big foul here because we're not in bonus, but that foul sends the game into Elam time.
Yeah. Baker out there like a warrior. This guy's got scrapes all over his body from the battle he's been through. That's somebody you want on your team. And you're talking about Elam ending time, Joe. Break it down for us, pal.
Well, Elam ending time is we're playing to a target score now. So we add 9 points to the team that's leading. So 89 will be our target score. First team to the target score wins. If you go past it, great. That goes for your plus minus. But we will have a winning bucket. Now, something that you have to keep aware of, because we are playing Elam time in FIBA, we've adopted the FIBA rules under 2 minutes. So a team that gets scored upon can substitute immediately. So that's important. After a timeout, the team that called a timeout with the ball has a choice of putting it in the front court or the back court. Front court, 14 seconds, back court, 24 seconds. 2 things to look for. You can't break the plane. There's no warning if you break the plane on a sideline out of bounds or baseline out of bounds, because if you reach in, it's a technical foul. And the last one that we see sometimes is if you foul on a side out of bounds or a baseline out of bounds before the ball's administered by the player and thrown into the game, then that becomes a sportsmanlike foul. 2 shots on the ball. An incredible penalty, and one that can change games immediately.
Yeah, I mean, that is something when you're a head coach, you're going to have to make sure that that doesn't end up burning you down the stretch. I believe this is the closest score we have had heading in to Elam ending time. It's 80-72 for the Stingers. That means the target score for either team to win is 89. Obviously, the Stingers only need 9 to get there, while the BlackJacks need 17. Scrubb, Philip Scrubb from downtown. Back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. Guess who? Jordan Baker.
And I think part of the strategy of the foul there to go into Elam time was Coach Small doesn't want this to go game to be longer than it has to be.
Yeah, because his guys are going to be tired. Brody Clark, welcome to the game, Brody. A little foul line extended jumper. Shaq Keith. Baker gets right up on him, but Keith says, take this 3-ball and hold it.
Man, that's 2 big threes by Shaq.
Moon. They got Philip Scrubb on him. Moon hits the deck, gets right back up. Goes behind the back on the crossover. Drive, kick, wing 3, no good. Gang rebound, but Keeby says, that's my rock. Keith back the other way, taking it right at Baker. A lot of contact. Whistle will send Keith to the line. Shaq Keith has that look in his eye right now.
Absolutely. And Shaq was lining up Jordan from the first dribble. There was no way he was passing to anybody, just determining if I'm going to go right or left. But he was looking for the and one when he first caught that ball stepping over center.
Jordan Baker looks like he's been through a battle out there. Daniels checking back in for Brody Clark. And I believe his coach just said, get ready to go back in. Clark looked really good on that jumper. Keith hits the first. And the second. That's 5 straight points for Shaq Keith.
And because we're in Elam time, they could substitute again, too, after a made basket.
Moon just blowing past Scrub. Back up top. They get it back to Moon. Shot clock is halfway gone. Baker stumbles, gets it to Daniels. Daniels watched by Keith. Daniels sidestep 3. No. Hanlon gets it to Keith. Pass to Philip Scrub. I thought that was a whistle. I think that was a mistaken one. Scrub.
Oh. Great attack inside by Keith. Get into the middle. Inadvertent whistle.
Okay, yeah.
Inadvertent.
So
but
Thomas
great
Scrub
pass off.
Hit the layup. That cut the lead to 3. We have the Stingers within 7. The BlackJacks within 10 of that target score of 89. Moon flying into the lane. Floater's good. No emotion. Xavier Moon, he's ice cold.
Well, I've got a lot of emotion. He just split 2 guys in the full court. Teardrop.
And that is Thomas Scrub over Daniels. Baker pulls it down. This is where Baker and Daniels make their money. These guys are warriors out there. Moon with the rock behind the back. Working on Phil Scrub. Crossover. Moon probing. Ooh, Keith picks off the cross-court pass. This is exciting, Joe. This is what Elam Ending's all about. Keith in the lane. Gets it to Thomas Scrub. Baker pokes it away. Comes up with the rock. Fires it ahead. Peter McNeely finds Kamba for 2. This is amazing. 3 points away from the target score are the Stingers. The BlackJacks need 10. Again, the clock is off. Phil Scrub fakes the pass, cashes a 3. Business is picking up, Joe.
They changed defenses, and Phil just asked for the reversal because he knew he was going to be open on it.
Edmonton can win it with a 3 wide open. You can count it. Matthew Kamba. He called game. He just dropped the mic and said, we're out. Let's get on the bus. Let's get back to the team hotel. I love Elam Ending, Joe.
Oh, man. That was quick. We've had Elam Endings that were going long period of time, and all of a sudden we have a mental breakdown. Somebody doesn't guard a person in transition, anticipate somebody else getting them. We leave an open shot. Bingo.
I almost had a mental breakdown. Trying to keep up with that was wild. I'm sold. Used to be a basketball purist. Throw that out the window. What an outstanding game. 89-82 is the final. And Amy Audibert joined by a warrior, Jordan Baker, who just has scratches all over him. Amy, take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Jordan, first I want to go back to that third quarter. Ottawa really started to put a push on. How did you guys withstand it and seal the deal here?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we did a really good job stemming their runs. They make a couple baskets. We managed to get to the foul line, or Xavier would hit a big shot. So being able to do that helped us get into that fourth quarter where, you know, we kind of took over and then got into Elam time and managed to execute down the stretch.
This was our closest Elam ending in the summer series so far, and you ate up the boards at the end there. Does your mindset change when it's such a close game?
I don't think so. I mean, we switched to zone a little bit in that last little 4-minute stretch, and I just ended up being down there, and we did a good job contesting shots. And so, you know, we like to pride ourselves on our defense and our rebounding. So, end of the day, we're happy with the effort.
congratulations. I would say ice up, but maybe a couple Band-Aids too out there. It's a physical game. Back to you, Jason.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Jordan Baker. What an outstanding game, Joe. And when you take a look through the box score, Jordan Baker, 20 and 14 with 5 dimes. What a great job. And Xavier Moon, obviously battling that injury in the second half, finished with 24 points, 9 assists. And the other one, a guy who I know you loved the way he played today, and you called it, Adika Peter McNeely, was a plus 23.
Yeah, all those guys put up crooked numbers on all the stat sheets. Great win by Edmonton.
The next broadcast is tomorrow at 5. The Niagara River Lions taking on the Guelph Nighthawks. That will be Sean Woodley and Javon Shepard joining you as Joe gets a much-needed rest after 6 straight games. And I got to get the voice back after that Elam ending. I know the boys are watching from back home. You guys are going to love it. I'll be tuning in from home. Thank you for joining us here for these 2 games. I hope you enjoyed it. What an outstanding matchup there. The Stingers got their first win. The BlackJacks fall to 0-2. The CEBL Summer Series continues tomorrow live from the Meridian Center. Thank you for joining us on TSN 1200 up in Ottawa, across the CEBL radio network, and of course on cbcsports.ca.